Hi, and welcome to a very spooky Talib Starks. He's up next. Thanks, buddy. Have a good one, buddy. Thank you very much. Talib, I'm using your mug. You know why? You know why? Because fuck Pat Dixon. I used the crime report thing last week. Where's my wallet? That's incredible.
Play action fakes it to Patriots. Yes, touchdown.
Hi, and welcome to Geno's Picks. Although what you're doing here after a week 7 that was not so lucky for Daddy, bottoming out with an 0-5 lemon that saw me fall to 16-19 on the years beyond me. Guess those doomsdayers were right about a meteor crashing to Earth the week of the election. No matter, because it's still funny, because you guys that have come back are the purists who are here for just one kind of wealth, the comedy gold that is Geno's Picks. And sure, maybe you put in a few bets, which is why you're sleeping on a not so precious metal cot. Either way, it's great to know that I still have your support in the most important week for support, arguably, in the history of this country. And while I will not say which way I'm leaning this November 3rd, I will say it's no coincidence that this is the week I chose to go belly up and be in the red. Because no matter what Antifa wants to tell you, being in the black with these lines is what really matters. And now, I elect that we get to these picks. Ooh. My first pick, the Bills are laying 4 to the Patriots in Buffalo. Yes, the Bills have lost their last 2 games, but I am about to say something that hasn't been said in the past 2 decades. The Patriots suck. I mean, they're so embarrassing they may as well be Joe Biden. Because I cannot think of anything slower and whiter that has funneled away more of my money this season. Not to mention, each one of them added a black guy under them because it was the popular choice. The only difference is Cam Newton waited till he got the job before he started fucking people. You get it? Kamala, who can't even say her fucking name right, fucked her way to the top. Well, fucking Cam is fucking us to the bottom. And not sure if you realize this, and sit down if you're listening in New England, but over the last calendar year, Florentine's gonna love this, the Miami Dolphins have a better record than the New England Patriots, who are 6-9 in their past 15. The only thing worse than how they will look on Sunday is how the Patriots will look the day before on Halloween, because they're not fucking scaring anyone. Put your money on fucking Josh Allen this weekend, because regardless of the BS narrative the pollsters are selling you right now, the only changing of the guard takes place in the AFC East Sunday at 1. Take Buffalo and lay the 4. My next pick, the Colts are laying 3 to the Lions in Detroit. Not sure if you know this, although it concerns me that Vegas does. The Colts have the best defense in any team in the league, not named the Steelers. And they're coming off a bye week, and while my ex, Phillip Rivers, had been backsliding the past few weeks into the guy we saw last season in L.A., when he faces poor defenses like these Lions, he looks more like the 2018 version, okay? And I will say this about the people who said Matt Patricia is a defensive guru. They were right, because he seems to be teaching his entire secondary the path of least resistance. The Lions are great for a backdoor cover when no one is looking and the game's a blowout. But when they're trailing by 6 and this one late, a field goal just won't do. Take the Colts and lay the fucking 3. It's a 3, right? My next pick, the Seahawks are laying 2 and a hook. This is the 2 and a hook game to the Niners in Seattle. In what was a huge move this weekend, the Seahawks acquired veteran defensive end Carlos Dunlap from Cincy in exchange for offensive lineman B.J. Finney, who's aptly initialed considering that was what he was doing at that position instead of defending Russell Wilson. He was blowing people. He sucks dick at his job. Okay, good. They also got a 7th-round pick in April's draft because Dunlap hated it there. It was a much-needed move for a Seattle defense that has not only allowed the most yards of any team through 6 games this season to leave, they've allowed the most yards through 6 games in NFL history, with their pass rush being the primary reason. This unit has only 9 sacks through 6 games and didn't even register a hit on Kyler Murray during the overtime loss to the Cardinals on Sunday night. Now, if you don't know what Kyler Murray looked like, he was the guy with the absolutely spotless jersey. Seattle never laid a fucking finger on him. Not a finger. Yeah, they needed to make this trade, and Dunlap is excited to go from that rebuild to Seattle, where they just needed one key piece. And let's face it, if you look at this picture of Dunlap, even Pete Carroll knew this guy was the missing link.
Oh!
I mean, peace.
Oh!
Shouldn't have monkeyed around with that joke. Which brings me, it's a big line to leave, which brings me to my pencil it in big Monday night pick. God, let's try and hit one of these. The Bucs are laying 10 and a fucking hook to the Giants at MetLife. That's a big hook.
Woo!
If I may bring back a joke I did one time a couple years ago to quote Madison Ivey in my favorite porno ever, Treasure Island, that's a big hook, Captain. Anyway, yeah, it was worth a repeat. Okay, for anyone who still doesn't like Tom Brady because he's so good and it annoys you, which is idiotic to begin with, I have bad news for you. He's going to be around for a long time because I can't see him not going into college coaching after this. Because in a state famous for college football, after just one spring, Tom Brady's the best fucking recruiter in the entire state. Things have only gotten, not gotten. I wrote Guten there. Things have only gotten. This is a German pick because I'm going to shit on your chest at the end.
Oh!
Funny. To leave you out to sit here all the time now. Things have only gotten brighter I'm saying it, in the Sunshine State since his arrival for Bucs fans, as every free agent there, from Gronk to Leonard Fournette, and now this week the head case, who's head and shoulders above every wide receiver in the league, Antonio Brown, came over. Is it a bad move bringing the man who not only doesn't know there's no I in team because he can't even grasp the fact that there's a me in domestic violence?
Oh.
Is it a good move? Head coach Bruce Arians doesn't care because his receiving corps has been banged around. Oh, you're going to love this joke. Oh, my God. Because his receiving corps has been banged around as much as any woman currently pressing charges on AB. And Arian knows, with Chris Godwin about to miss yet another game with a broken finger, O.J. Howard, the tight end, out for the season, leaves only Mike Evans to work with, and he's been hobbling around all season. I haven't seen any Florida Evans surrounded by this many out of work black people since the cast of Good Times.
Oh!
Thank you. And while I got a good picture, and while 10.5 is a lot to cover anywhere, let alone on the road, TB12 continues to be dynamite as the Bucs have the highest scoring differential in the league, while the G-men have the highest level of indifference. Take the Bucs and fuck it. Lay all those points. Those are Geno's picks, and this is Talib Starks. Thank you.
Dynamite!
Leave that. Tell me you have like 1/3 of the fun I'm having. Tell me you have an iota of how much fun I'm having. Please? Please. Like, this is me every Thursday morning. I'm like, I don't want to get up. I don't want to get up. Then I get up and I start writing the picks, and I'm giggling, and my cat's looking at me like I'm insane. He's like, it's not, and I'm dying, okay?